Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be finally my flip through for March. I know the past videos I've been saying I'm doing a flip through for April, and then I realized I never did March, and March is kind of when I started. I know February is when I used the small notebook and started using notebooks, but March was like the first month that I really got into using a whole notebook for. So I wanted to show you all March and just how it went. Side note, that is my birds you hear in the background, and it actually seems like they got louder once I started talking. So yeah, so I didn't really use the pockets to this. I wish I would have, because I could have put like stickers and things like that in there. This is just a picture of my daughter. I had it out because I was using it to slide into the Day Designer, the pocket one, like the carry one, the small one. This is just a self-care printout because I don't do self-care like I should. And I did like 3 days of training this week at work, and a lot, well, not a lot of, but at the end of like each day, they were saying to do something self-care, and then the next day we had to report it to like the person who was taking it down, like what we did. And I will say that that kind of encouraged me to do it. And I know it only encouraged me to do it because I knew I was going to have to report it to someone. So it's something that I really think I need to work on and focus on, because with the type of work that I do, crisis can be very taxing on you mentally. I'm not in a hospital no more, so it's not so much physical as it was like, you know, a lot of the things that was happening in inpatient, but it still is very taxing. And my job now deals a lot with suicide, so it's a lot more intense, I would say. So self-care is definitely needed, and it's something that I need to work on and actually focus on. March is National Developmental Disability Awareness Month, and this year was my first year ever really knowing about it. While I know the month of the syndrome that my kids have, I didn't know that this month I wasn't even aware of it. So I thought it was cool to just add some info in there about it. And I mentioned, this is like my second take of this video, so that's why you see it already highlighted. On the first take that I did, the last one, I was mentioning that it's important that I mark off the goals that I have for that month, whether I did or didn't do them, so that at the end of the year, when I look back and see like, okay, compared to what my yearly goals was, what did I actually accomplish? Because one of my yearly goals was to read 24 books in the year, which is 2 books a month, and I have not been hitting that lately. So I think I only read 1 in March, so I think it's going to be very important for me to just keep up with the goals as far as save for Lent. So I had read 2 books, budget $100 saving, and save for Lent. This didn't really apply anymore because I changed what I gave up for Lent, so that didn't apply, so that's okay. I did not save 100 because things have been super crazy, and I haven't necessarily been intentional with saving either, which is absolutely horrible. So yeah, I think it's just important for me to go back and even throughout the week, at the beginning of each week, maybe look again at my monthly goals to keep me focused on what I should be doing. So for my calendar, I really didn't know what to do with it because it was so small until I decided to use stickers. As you can see, the last week, I didn't do it because things were hectic. This is another part that I didn't do, morning and night routine, because I honestly couldn't think of anything, which is bad because I really lack a morning and a night routine, and I need one. I feel like I would be so much more productive, and I think I'll do that for May, June. I think I'll do it for June. I'm looking at this March book and I'm like, what month are we in? So this goes into my dailies. The reason why you'll see these 3 stickies with meals on here is because it didn't start until the 5th or the 4th, I want to say. So I still wanted to log what I ate. And I will say it was easier to do dailies in here because it was just easier because the paper is smaller, so it's not like I had that much to write. So it's a lot more just easier to do the dailies on one sheet with this. So yeah, and as you can see, like I was like highlighting when I finished things, and then I was like checking. And I think I need to be more consistent with what I do as far as checking things off. Then I started stamping, using a stamper to do the things to check off the things that I actually did. And I think I just need to be more consistent. So that way, if I go to like flip through, so this is March and we're in May now. So if I wanted to go look back and see, well, how productive were you when it came to, putting things, finishing your task for each day, I'll easily be able to see. So I think I will go back to like highlighting. I like that better. I feel like it's an easy way to look. I was very happy with the decorations, despite the fact that I don't necessarily like lines. But I was happy about the decorations. I think the deco was really good this month. And yeah, I think I used a good range of nothing. I was tired. I think I did a good range of using the different stickers that I have and stuff like that. This was my monthly reflections. How I felt in March was I was all over the place. Some of the goals that I would accomplish was getting my TB test finished and my first week of training, which was, it may seem small, but it was extremely taxing because this was the first job that I had to do a 2-step TB. So you go and get the first one, then you have to wait like a couple of weeks, then you get the second one. And it was just so, it had me a little anxious because if you were late or didn't remember to go back for the second one, you had to start the process all over again. So that was a lot. And it was, I was in my first week of training. That was very strenuous. It was just a lot of deadlines and information that I felt I was just getting overwhelmed with. What I am grateful for was healing, rest, and a new job. Things to start doing was exercise and budget. When I say budget, like logging in my expenses, and just because I keep track on it on a big spreadsheet, and not all the time am I consistent with it. And that's another thing that I want to look at the end of the year and see, like, okay, what did you spend on groceries this year? What did you spend on rent this year? What did you spend on like car and maintenance and different things like that? Things to stop doing, procrastinating and feeling sorry for myself. Things to continue to do, pray, and make my own planner. Sometimes I can't read my own writing. And see, I did not go back. And so I was doing this toward the last 2 weeks because things that was big that I knew I accomplished, I went ahead and added them in. This month, I would say that I would give myself 4 stars because I feel like I was under a lot of stress and pressure and still got a lot of things done. Lessons learned this month was routines are so important to making life easier, which again is, why I was mentioning that earlier. My intentions for food this month in March was more veggies, less pastries, less fast food. I can tell you right now, I did not do it. I did eat veggies, but it wasn't enough where I could say more to, I didn't eat less pastries. I was very stressed, and so I very much ate pastries, and I did eat fast food quite a few times. And you will see because I did the tracking to that as well. I really liked having the shopping list on the side because as I was logging what I ate and everything, whatever I ran out of, I was able to easily put within that week. So that was good. And as you can see, it seems like the last week of each month, I get very lazy and I never finished like the last 2 days. My intentions for movement in March was 5-minute stretch, walking once a week, and 10,000 step goal a day. I can tell you I did not do it. The 5-minute stretch did not do. I think I maybe did 2 times in the month of March. Walking once a week did not do at all. 10,000 step goal definitely didn't do, and it was a huge struggle because I was in training and I just did not move a lot. My sleep, as you can tell, I was logging in here, was absolutely horrible. 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. Some days were good. This one was bad. 3 hours and 35 minutes. 4 hours and 38 minutes. 5 hours. It's just, I have a lot of it's like they getting louder. I have a lot of 4-hour days, a lot of 3-hour days as well. And I think what bothers me the most about this is the fact that here I was doing for the 19th through the 25th, I didn't add my mood for that week. I think what bothers me most about the sleep is when I look at it and I don't get consistent. Like, I see where it has me woke for a good amount of time, then sleep for a little while, then wake up. It's just, yeah. As you can see, stepwise, I did not hit 10,000. I wonder, a couple of days, that was 12,000, 11,000. Yeah, I did not hit 10,000 as much as I could have. And see, again, the last couple of days of the last week, I really didn't do nothing. And so this was what I needed to do for each week, and I just put like a plan down. I was pretty good with highlighting what I did do, and as you can tell, the last week I fell off, typical to the last weeks, and I just really need to get more consistent with that. I'll just quickly go through some of my weekly check-ins. I really wish I could find this one again because I really enjoyed this one. And some of the big things that I did was like get my son to his wheelchair appointment, which requires like a lot of steps, the referral, waiting for an appointment and all of that, then going to get fitted and everything for it, like measurements and everything. Listen to a sermon, breakfast with my mother. I had a hotel trip that week because it was before I started my job. Here I was proud of attending all of my appointments. March, I had so many appointments and things were like so hectic. This week I was proud that I accomplished getting my needed paperwork in for my job, which was a lot. Finishing up my CPR, CPI training, the TB. So yeah, it's like I was, as you can see, I did not study anything in March. I did not study anything in April either, but nothing in March. I did read quite a bit. Wake up at 7. I think the only reason why I hit this mark was because I took my kids to school a good deal of the month, so that wasn't hard. Journaling, I did really good, and takeout, I did really good, which is actually really bad because these are the amount of times that I did takeout, and takeout could be dinner or breakfast. So yeah, I didn't do good. I did start to see my mileage go down because the third week is when I kind of transitioned to my new job, which is so much closer. So as you can see, like I average like 263, 258 with mileage that I was doing in my previous job to how far it is to now. Only using like 95, sometimes is 70, something like that. So I'm really happy about that. I did not do good at cleaning or tracking. As you can see, I just was not consistent, and it's something that I want to be consistent with. Goals for budgeting. Low spend, didn't do. Log purchases, slacked on. No stationery this month. Can't say I did that either. Think before spending. I didn't do much. It sounds really bad when I go through this, and that's why it's important to go through what you did for that month, because yeah, my tracking was, yeah, that was bad. So this is just journaling that I did throughout this month, and yeah, it was my nephew's birthday. He passed, so I had a lot of feelings. Like, I was down a lot, and yeah, I mean, a lot was just going on. So I was happy that I did do some journaling for the most part of the month. And this was me taking score, me and my mother playing gin. So yeah, it seems like I always have like a few, I was testing out this pen. I always have a few, what am I trying to say? A few pages left at the end. But overall, I'm just happy that I completed the month. Sorry that the video took so long, and I will be doing April shortly, but I wanted to get March out the way. Today is Friday. I probably won't post it until tomorrow, but I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope your Friday was good. Those of you all who have the weekend off, enjoy your weekend. Those of you all who are like me that work on the weekend, have a good weekend at work, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.